that music in a minute.
Man,
Shit.
Joe,
What it is, man.
back in the building. Bars and buckets. Don't call it a comeback, man. We've been here, Joe.
That's right.
What is the word, Bars and Buckets family? Your favorite sports hip hop podcast is back on the airways again. I know y'all thought we got a little on y'all, man, but Joe, you know how it is, man. We back in the building, man.
Adult responsibilities.
You know, that thing, man. So glad to be back with my brothers, man, to Bars and Buckets podcast. Corny Day, what's up, man? Y'all, what y'all been on, man? Y'all cool?
Man, like bro said, man, them adult responsibilities sometimes, we all men out here trying to better ourselves and do great things. And sometimes we just have to sacrifice some other things. But it's good to be back, man. Good to see y'all boys, man, even though, we always text and stuff every day. But It's good to see y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, what's up, Coach? You cool, Joe?
Hey, man. Like we said before we went on air, man. Staying sucker free in the land of lollipops. Shit. Staying out the way, man. Shit. That's all I can say. Staying out the way.
Yeah, man. Trying to stay sane, man. But look, back in the building. So glad. Look, man, y'all, we got so much to talk about, man. I don't even.
Way too much to talk about.
So, where do we start?
Going on.
Let's get right into the bullshit.
I mean, just all over the place. So before we get started, if this is your first time checking out the show, or if you already rock with us, man, welcome back to the podcast. Be sure to go like, share, comment, subscribe more than anything, man, to the YouTube page, to the Facebook page, Bars and Buckets, Instagram page, Bars and Buckets, man, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. We want y'all to continue to rock with us, man. Continue to follow us, man. If you're not a fan of the show, if you're not a fan of the page already on Facebook, get on there. It's lit, all right? All the good stuff, man. Before we kick off any show, we take free throws, man. Free throws is not just your normal go to the line and shoot. We take a shot of what we drinking on. So, fellas, what y'all drinking on, man? What y'all got over there for them free throws?
Man, Corn, you got something good today, man. What you trying out new, man?
Yeah, man. Never actually rocked with this before, but we're going to try this Deleon. As you can see, I've already poured up. I'm pre-poured. So that's why it's a little missing. Okay. We about to do that.
Got the pre-poured Deleon. I got to finish out this Apple Crown, man. So once I finish that, I move on to the next thing. But I got to finish this Apple Crown tonight.
All right. I'm sipping on just a little tequila now, but I'm about to mess with some Taylor Port. Y'all ever heard that Taylor Port before? Y'all messed with that before?
I've heard of it. We just had a conversation about it. I just had a conversation about it a couple days ago. I heard it was a very interesting drink. And,
okay.
And yeah.
Indeed it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I heard it causes other things.
Does it cause some thumb action in this motherfucker?
I heard it's ingredient of pregnancy.
It's a twister, to say the least.
Yeah.
All right. Kids ain't watching this motherfucker. All right. So before we kick it off, man, let's get these free throws in the air, man. Toast to a good show. Everybody, whatever you're doing, put your free throw in the air. Whatever you're smoking, you're drinking, man, take a shot with us, man. Free throws in the air. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Puff, this shit kind of decent.
Decent, huh?
Okay, Puff.
Yeah.
It's 50 Cent. We call it Puffy Juice.
That's gonna be on my list to try out that Deleon next. That's what right. Okay, so let's get it going. First, before we hop into the first topic I want to talk about, we have football, man. Season for the NFL. Week 9 is going on right now. Philadelphia Eagles have traveled to Houston, H-Town, to take on the Texans. Philly is still undefeated. Currently, Philly is losing 7-0. Still the first quarter, though. In a little while, we're going to give our predictions for Week 9. And everything that's been going on in the NFL was a crazy trade deadline just happened the last couple of days, man. A lot of trades went on in the NFL. We're gonna talk about all that stuff too, man, because I was shocked, but I was kind of happy about some stuff, man. So we're gonna get into that in a minute. But we gotta start off, man, with the National Basketball Association. The NBA season is kicked off maybe like 2 weeks ago. So, we have some teams that's making some noise within the first 10 games, some teams that's shocking people within the first 10 games.
San Antonio,
the Jazz,
Utah.
The Jazz is surprising people. But before we get into that, man, I want to talk about Corn and AD favorite squad, the Boston Celtics.
It's not my favorite team.
You said it was a favorite squad. Where'd that come from?
Favorite squad. If they picked them against the Bulls, it's their favorite squad.
They were better.
The Bulls just beat them last Monday.
They did beat them. Full health too.
It was a good ass. It was a good ass game though.
The Bulls beat them.
It was definitely a good ass game.
So Steve Nash was fired, man, in a surprising move a couple days ago.
Congratulations to Brooklyn.
He was fired, and not even, bro, I don't even think it was an hour or two later, it was announced that Udoka is probably going to take the spot, and then he takes the spot.
Did he get the job?
They gonna hire him. They making it.
He didn't make it official yet, but it's coming.
They making it official according to, is it Danny Ainge with Boston? Basically, he said, I read an article, he said they're not going to look for compensation. They want everything to go pretty smooth. So they just want him to, they're not looking for that, as far as no trade, which I thought was surprising because I'm like, okay, well, you pretty much just saying we didn't want you. If you didn't want him, why didn't you just fire him instead of suspending him? Mm-hmm. But they're not looking for no trade compensation. So within the next couple of days, be expected that Brooklyn Nets to officially announce Ime Udoka as the new coach of the Brooklyn Nets.
Yep.
Y'all got to tell me what y'all think about this, man. Like, is this just happenstance or what?
I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's how I felt about the whole thing in the first place is, what's being done on your time don't have nothing to do with the professional side of it, man. And clearly, you know what I'm saying? Clearly it wasn't no one-sided thing, but we turned it into one. We turned it into we giving all the attention to the lick ain't even hit yet, giving all the attention to the black guy and what he did wrong. But, clearly we all know that there have been a lot of situations and opportunities for our yellow people that have been brushed under the rug that have never come to light. And they've kept it hush hush. So, I think it's a little bit of both behind that, some conspiracy, I just want to scapegoat the guy. But, it's a win-win, man. I'm happy for the brother because, he gets to do what he do and hopefully prove that it wasn't a fluke that he, turned Boston around after they started so bad. Maybe he'll do the same thing with Brooklyn. So we'll see.
Okay. Interesting take. What you think, Corn?
Like I said, we'll see what happens. Being real, I wasn't really super high on him being the coach.
Okay.
Trying to see what he was going to do. If Brooklyn, if he can manage them, I think the team in Brooklyn has larger personalities and egos other than the ones he was dealing with. So this is going to be a challenge for him, especially dealing with, especially what Kyrie just got himself into. So if they can stay focused on basketball, and I think they'd be all right. But I think Twitter and Instagram are going to be their demise.
Yep.
Social media is going to be their demise, I think. Okay. Okay, so I just want to just follow the timeline here. Okay. So before the season started, the whole allegation thing came out, whatever. And he was suspended for the year before the season started, right? Before the season actually started, he was suspended, right? Okay. Then Steve Nash, they got off to, I think, what's their record? 2-6?
Yeah, 2-5.
2-5 now, I think. Or after last night, I think it might be 2-6.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. It's 2-6.
Yeah.
Okay, so they start off bad, right? Steve Nash gets ejected probably like a game or two ago for some bogus call, which I thought was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He gets ejected. And before the next game, he gets fired. And then Udoka is rumored to be the favorite head coach. The following day, Boston Celtics president says, we're not going to seek compensation. We want him to basically just go ahead and go over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, looking at the current, and like the season has just started, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not even 10 games. The only undefeated team in the Eastern Conference is the Milwaukee Bucks. Shout out to them, man. Hey, man, what can I say? They
Middleton ain't back yet either.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hey, Giannis balling though.
They doing their thing over there. So, does this? First of all, I just want to say I feel like this is a good move for Boston, not Brooklyn. I mean, it's a good move for Brooklyn, not Boston. To me, Boston, it has like, I think they take a step back with this. I think they take, and they are, Boston is still 4-3, so they still, Does this move make Brooklyn a top 5 team in the East? Because right now we got the Bucks at 1. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. I'm becoming fans of them.
Young guns, man.
Y'all said when Spider get over there with Garland, and they gonna put it together. So they 6-1. We got the Raptors, we got the Hawks, then we got the Celtics, the Bulls, the Wizards, and the 76ers. 76ers is taking a slide, and they just lost James Harden for about a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that the Brooklyn can actually crack the top 5 and maybe make some noise?
I mean, that's really all going to depend on, Udoka's ability to impact culture. So, like Corn said, I mean, he gonna have to deal with a lot of prima donna egos, man. Like, these guys, man, that, minus who your stars are, think about the last 3 years, 4 years, man. They haven't had a consistent identity in terms of this is who we're gonna be, and as somebody that's gonna hold them accountable. So, the main thing is, will that be him? And if he can demand their respect and hold them accountable, I mean, they certainly have a decent amount of pieces to be a good team, a top 5 team in the East. You have your stars, in Durant and Kyrie. You get Ben back going and let him find himself again, which is another difficult thing. But I mean, the boy ain't played in 2 years, so
that's what I agree with you.
What I'm saying right now.
He's 6'10" and he airballed a layup.
Hey, he did something else.
Cameron was so pissed. Cameron had a whole fucking video. Like, Cam was so pissed. You shot a fucking airball layup, B.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something, B. You don't shoot no airballs, B. You wasting my time. Yeah, but no joke. He that's gonna be on a highlight reel.
This nigga airball the layup
for doing that. But on a serious note, I mean, you have the talent. Now, what I'm more concerned about is maybe the role players, because they don't really have that to an extent, or maybe they will once they figure out a rotation and all that. But I think that they have what's needed to be a top 5 team. But again, that all depends on the imprint of the coach and demand and respect. They don't play no defense. It don't matter how many points you score.
Okay.
So that's really the ball game for them. They don't turn it around on the defensive side, they're gonna be at the bottom.
Yeah.
And Udoka is a great defensive coach.
Yeah, got defensive mindset.
Learned a lot from Pop. So shout out to Pop over there. Got the boys in
5-2.
For sure.
5-2 doing their thing. Can we?
So I mean, what you think? When you think, because like I'm looking at this standing, man, and I feel like Milwaukee ain't going nowhere. They gonna keep.
No.
Cleveland, man, Joe, I can't even. Man, they doing a thing, man. And
Yeah,
this
Cleveland got a lot of talent, man.
Yes, they do.
Cleveland got a whole lot of talent. I mean,
shout out to that GM over there.
And then adding Donovan Mitchell was like a bonus. They was going places with just Garland, Sexton, and Evan Mobley. They was going places already.
Yep.
Jared Allen. They was going. They was already a team that you needed to watch in the East. Now with Donovan Mitchell, that should just put them over the hump. They about to act the ass.
Well, you said put them over the hump. Where is they selling now? So do you have them going? Okay, this is hypothetically. We got them going to the playoffs, right? You got Cleveland going to the playoffs. Okay. How much noise could they realistically make? Can they take off of Milwaukee? Can they take off of Boston? Can they take off of Brooklyn? Or Miami?
I mean, it'll certainly be a matchup. Like, it'll certainly be a matchup. You got to look at the matchup, but you also got to look at kind of who they playing with regards to playoff experience too.
Right.
Because I think that'll play a role.
That's why I was going with it. Yep. The playoff experience, they're young. You know what I'm saying? Some of them ain't never even seen the playoffs before. They so young. The only playoff person on the team that I can recall, I mean, given that I was drinking before the Delion, is Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen.
Allen. Kevin Love's still over there, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he getting minutes? I don't know. I don't even know if
he should be. He should.
Yeah, he getting probably about 10 to 15 a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We'll go with that. But I feel like they making some noise. The Raptors are still hanging around. They're always a scrappy team. We talked about before the season started. We talked about the Atlanta Hawks and their addition and what they picked up, right? As far as they're putting some help with Trae Young,
DeJounte Murray
over there with Trae Young. So they 5-3. They doing their thing.
Collins back healthy.
Collins is back healthy. So as the East is currently constructed, we're gonna go to the West in a minute. But as the East is currently constructed, somebody that we had high expectations may struggle. And it may not be the Bulls. I think it may be actually the Heat or the 76ers. Now, I really feel like it's going to be the 76ers because I've seen reports that if Doc don't get it right this year, he's getting fired. And I know I know he the black brother. We got respect for him. But do he deserve to get fired if Philly don't take it at least to the conference finals?
I mean, how many years have they been in the championship window? No, seriously, how many years have they been considered to be in the championship window? And this is constructed, and they can be a championship team.
You got to get fired for that Clipper shit too.
I mean, I love Doc, and brother, right? From the crib,
from
the crib. But it's like, bro, you dropping the ball, big time, because you've had talent. Like, it's crazy because people are like, has he really had a talented roster? Yes, he's had talented rosters. He's had stars and he's had role players.
He's definitely had talented rosters.
There's no way you can say he hasn't had a talented roster.
Yeah. Watching that game Saturday against Philly.
Oh yeah, he did go to the game. Yeah.
That shit was. They got a lot of talent, man.
A lot of talent, man.
Tyrese Maxey, Thibault.
Balling.
Those motherfuckers hooping, man. They got hoopers on their team.
Harold.
We're not gonna throw PJ Tucker in there.
They just lost draft picks for PJ Tucker too, by the way.
Did they really?
Yeah, they said it was some early stuff going on, so they lost draft picks.
Yeah, PJ Tucker just has cool shoes. I mean, he out there. I ain't out there, so he's better than me. He's out there. I'm not.
Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like Doc Rivers, he's going to take the heat for it. I feel like
How can he? Why shouldn't he?
I feel like if you put Embiid on any team other than Philly, okay, look at this. You see how in Milwaukee they make Giannis the focal point and they surround him with shooters, right? In Denver, you got Jokic. Jokic is an army knife. He can do a bunch of things, but Jokic just needs somebody who he can dish the ball to. He can score in the paint, but they build around Jokic. I don't feel like Philly does that with Embiid. I feel like they want to put stars around him each year to complement him, like a Shaq and Kobe thing. But when actuality, you just need to feed him the ball, and let him.
Forgot Tobias Harris out there with him.
Yeah,
Tobias Harris out there too. They got a team. It's just I don't know what the hell they probably like. James Harden gonna get buckets. Like as much as I really dislike his game and all the flopping and clown shit, he get buckets. Embiid is a dog. Tobias Harris is really their X factor. If Tobias Harris can really be consistent, Philly's unstoppable. They unstoppable. Then you got Tyrese Maxey and all these other they got hoopers on their team, man. They got hoop. They just need to be consistent. They need a consistent coach. They need a consistent message. And I mean, if they get rid of Doc, even though Doc would deserve to get fired. Who the fuck do you get to replace Doc?
With though, like there's not a lot of Phil Jacksons or Popovich out there.
Yeah, that shit over with.
So I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, okay, you fire him, but what's the solution? What's the I don't know. I feel like they got a lot of talent. I still feel like they're gonna be a top team in the East. I don't think they're gonna make it far though. In the East. So now, with that being said, of course, we got to talk about my Bulls, baby. Chicago Bulls started off the season with a huge win in Miami. Had some rough games, all right? Lost a tough one to Washington and things like that. Got whooped by Cleveland. So they rocky, but right now they 5-4. They came off a big win last night against Charlotte. As the team is looking now, Levine is trying to ease back with his knees. His first time playing the double back-to-back games. He did his thing in Brooklyn, showed out in Brooklyn the other night, got him the win. If the Bulls can stay healthy, let's assume that Lonzo's coming back at the All-Star break. Let's just assume. If they can stay healthy, do you not think that this Bulls team, who pretty much the same as last year's team, just added some pieces in Drummond. Shout out to Drummond who's been balling. The Dragon came in over, like picking up pieces. Ayo is showing that he deserved to be on that court. Y'all tell me that the Bulls, fully healthy,
he hooping
to the conference finals next year.
Next year?
Next year.
I'm going to let AD go first. I'm going to let AD go first.
Bulls team. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Bucks or, because the Bucks is the favorite. But you don't think the Bulls, a healthy Bulls team, can make it to the conference finals next year?
That's my ship, Rob.
I already know who it is. Yeah. Coming on here with that foolishness. We already shouted out your Bucks, man. You late, bro. We already gave them their props, but for the night, that's all they get. I'm gonna say that. But even last year, I said that when they were healthy, they were a much different team. Mm-hmm. And by health, I mean really Lonzo being healthy, because he, that ball pressure and dominance they had from that perspective at the guard position between him and Caruso was the game changer of that team. I do think the addition of Drummond has been better than people thought it would be.
Yeah.
I do think he has done some good things. That's why even Dragic been hooping lately as well.
He got off from Brooklyn and he had a decent game last night.
Yeah, Dragic been hooping too. So I mean, I could see them competing to make it. I could see them competing to make it if they're healthy, but they will they will need to, bring back Drummond again. I don't know if he's on a 2-year or 1 year, but I think that he's kind of solidifying himself like he would be a good addition for that. If not getting somebody younger, but you definitely need that. But I mean, pieces wise, I mean, of course, you can always add another piece or two to it. But when you got young guys like Ayo stepping up, playing some hella ball, I think Kobe White is finally in his rightful place of just being a scorer.
Yeah.
Kobe, all I need you to do is come off this bench and get hot and shoot the ball.
Man,
right?
didn't play yesterday.
Yeah. So I think that, once they start kind of defining those type of pieces and roles, that, they can be, they can compete for a spot in the conference finals.
There you go. Thank you. Don't start your shit either.
What we're talking about next year, conference finals.
Yeah, okay. This season next year, yeah.
This season?
Wait, this season?
No. I'm talking about the 2022-23 season. This year.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 23-24.
No.
So I'm going to talk about
next season.
I'm going to discuss the Bulls as being the 6th seed.
I'm going to discuss the 6th seed. We just only named 2 teams that's really.
Hey!
What other team is better than the Bulls right now in the Eastern Conference besides the Cavaliers and the Bucks?
Hey, Chicago.
That we really got to worry about.
All right, let's be serious. All right, so the Bulls, they got a nice core. I gained respect for Javonte Green.
Yes, sir.
And you was dogging Javonte.
I got a chance to see him move too. I got a chance to put my eye on him. He had a good ass game yesterday. Like, he balled yesterday. Yeah. Him and Ayo. Who else got off yesterday? Him, Ayo.
Dragic got off too.
Dragic had a good ass game yesterday. And Pat Williams.
Yeah.
I still don't have faith in Pat Williams. Still don't have Pat Williams.
Yeah.
I think Pat Williams should be wearing another jersey really soon.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Package that nigga for a second round or something, man. Let's get him the fuck out of Chicago. He gotta go, bro. Like, but right now, they ain't got no other power forward other than Pat. Can't put nobody else right there. Unless because
Jr. too small.
Yeah, he too small. And then I know last year DeMar DeRozan ran a lot of 4, but that shit had him tied.
Can't do
that. So I don't know. They're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to find a motherfucker in the G League or something. But Pat Williams got to go. I mean, worst come to worst, you're gonna have to package him in motherfucking Kobe and get something, because I mean Dragic is who I would want coming in the playoffs, settle shit down. He's a nice ass guard. He's not gonna make real mistakes.
Right.
Yeah, that's important.
You gotta remember he's Steve Nash Jr. This is who Steve Nash trained. Steve Nash trained.
Okay.
In Phoenix. A lot of people you gotta remember what Dragic got his start at and who he played behind. Steve Nash.
When he got that 2-hand on a fast break by D.
Yeah. I mean, he got his ass dunked on. He can't ever lay that down. But he's not going to do anything wrong to hurt your team.
Right.
Like, he's not going to mess. He ain't going to turn the ball over late in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to ball. He's sure-handed with the ball. He's going to make the right passes. He got court vision. I mean, defensively, you just better hope, you know what I'm saying, he don't use all 6 early. But he ain't going to mess you up. Zach and Debo, it's like they still work too hard. Yeah. And Vooch has been surprised. Like, I promise you, this nigga had the quietest 20 and 22 I've ever seen. Like, the quietest. Like, they got 22 boards and 22 points. How don't like, he make noise? This should be quiet.
That's what I was trying to tell y'all, man. Vooch is when Vooch play like Vooch supposed to play, he's very underrated. He's a top 5 center in the league, and all he has to do is play his game. You ain't gotta be no spot up shooter. You ain't gotta do all that. When he gets shots, he gonna hit. He gonna knock them down. Play what you.
But
he averages a double-double. It's only been 7 games.
Yeah, and some of that, majority of that wasn't his fault though. Majority of that was system. You know, if you realize this year they're playing him on the block a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more block touches, a few pick and pops, but it's really getting him back to where he needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trying to think who else? Bulls. Derrick Jones Jr. has been a
consistent energy guy.
He's been consistent. Like he
brings
been balling. I mean, the Bulls, they got it. They got it. Don't get me wrong. It's just conference finals. If they don't have Lonzo, I ain't.
Yeah.
I mean, what? But Ayo, I don't know, man.
Ayo hooping now.
Ain't he showing
Ayo balling.
Ayo's
not scared.
Ayo, no,
he's straight Chicago dog right now. Like
he's from the crib.
Yeah, he ain't going.
He got like the spirit of D Rose in him right now. He got the spirit of D Rose, and he balling like Shorty balling.
So that's what I'm saying. With
I
this
just think
team, they already got a year of experience together. The core is there. They kept their same core. They just added Rodgers and Drummond.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with that same squad, only team I'm worried about in the playoffs in a 7-game series is the Bucks. We see Philly is crumbling. Miami is crumbling.
You still gotta put them two teams, bro. They're not gonna suck the whole year. They're not.
They're
not. There's no way James Harden and Embiid have a bad year. Like James, I mean, he may have a rough year with that foot if that foot don't get right, because it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If your foot ain't right, that's hard to get buckets, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard to get buckets with that foot. But shit, we just gonna give Maxey the ball. Maxey is like Iowa Philly. Maxey is the Iowa Philly.
I like that.
Yeah,
he ain't scared.
Yeah, Maxey going for 40.
Yeah, Maxey balling. 30. Him, Thibault. I mean, and then if, like I say, Tobias Harris, if he get his shit together and stay consistent, they'll be straight. They'll be straight, man. I mean, then you got PJ Tucker that can play defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, PJ Tucker is somebody that you don't want to see on that get switched on you in the pick and roll. And the Bulls run a lot of pick and roll. And shit, that's the motherfucker Debo ain't really trying to see on that horn. He gonna foul the shit out. Like, him and Zach ain't trying to see him they not trying to see him on that switch on the horn. They not. So, I mean, it's going to take a lot. The Bulls ain't going to have that super easy cakewalk. Like, this shit about to be hard because they don't, they got talent, but the talent, they got talent, but they talent seem like they still questioning themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like they still thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of Io, it's like I'll say outside of Io and DeRozan, them motherfuckers still trying to figure out their game. That's including Zach LaVine too.
Including Zach LaVine. Okay.
I think Zach is a little surprised that DeRozan came with that shit. Like, nah, bro, I'm here with you.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't on your team. We on the same team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't on your team. We on this shit together.
I mean, all right. I just feel like a year of experience together, good coaching. I'm not saying great coaching, but I think Billy Donovan is a good coach. Good coaching. They respect him. They listen to him. They respect him. You have solidified go-to leaders on the court. You have a good bench. You have good chemistry. You just need Lonzo back. I feel like that combinates to success in the playoffs. So I feel like they can do it.
As long as they don't get stagnant again and start doing the one-on-one stuff, like that's where they kind of lose it at. I mean, that and not being consistent on the defensive side of the ball, but offensively, man, like this year, as I watch them, the ball moves better. But my fear is as they go deeper into the season and the playoffs, and that ball starts sticking a little bit.
Yeah.
And when it starts sticking, that just mess everything up.
He had a lot of turnovers last night against Charlotte. It was a lot of dumbass. Like, how you do that? Like, how do nigga? Like, what? What? So they got to be careful with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be very careful with the ball. And they're off. And the Bulls, I don't really see a lot of sets being ran. They run the pick and roll up top.
They do.
And then Vooch kind of decides if he gonna roll or pop.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it ain't really much movement.
He really don't want to roll. If Vooch focused on rolling, he's going to get fouled, and that's an N1 bucket.
We need
80%
Orlando.
of the time.
We need Orlando Vooch.
Yeah, he don't want to roll.
Orlando.
But okay. All right, I hear you. I feel like just give him. It's beginning of the season. We still got a lot of games left.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no time to panic yet with the Bulls. But there is a time to panic with. Don't you disrespect this man and call him dude. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers started off really, really tough. New coach in Darvin Ham. Didn't really make no key acquisition moves over the offseason. Still got Westbrook. Don't know what's going on with that over there. They started off bad. They won their last couple games, which is okay. But realistically, man, this is throw it out there. And LeBron signed a nice extension, so he's not going nowhere over the next 2 or 3 years. Realistically, though.
That's bad for the Lakers.
What are the Lakers' realistic expectations this season? Because Phoenix is still number one. We all knew Phoenix was going to do their thing. But shout out to Dame and the Trailblazers, man. They out there scrapping. They number 2. They
ain't paid them no attention this year.
They balling. They only lost 2 games, and one of them games they should have won. So they should be 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
But they doing their thing. Jazz is 6-3. They total shock to me. It seemed like Larry Markkinen, whatever. When you lead the Bulls, you're gonna become a star. Larry is rolling in Utah.
System.
So I mean, what's realistic, man? What's the realistic expectation for the Lakers?
Well, I mean, we talked about this for the last few years, man. Like I ain't really been sold on them, even with the Mickey Mouse Championship. I wasn't sold. I felt like Miami just really ran out of gas, and Jimmy Butler was just gas. He was tired. He didn't have the backup that he needed, because I think they could and should have pulled that off. They should have won. But he was too gassed to do anything else. But with that being said, I also think within the last few years, that was their best team in terms of the pieces that they had comprised on that team. Because you had Dwight Howard, which takes the pressure off of Anthony Davis, and you can start put him at the 4, put Dwight at the 5, and you got all the kind of flexibilities with that. So I thought in the last few years, that was probably their best constructed roster. Right now, even if they make it to the playoffs, I don't see them doing anything in there, because I think some of the younger up and rising teams are now more confident in themselves. I mean, you got a Denver team that's getting back healthy with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. And some of the pieces they have. You got Phoenix, who's always kind of in the mix, and they are playing with a little bit of a chip this year on their shoulders.
They need to. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because after you do what you did and then you come back last year and flop like you did, you got to step up, right? So they are playing a little more balanced. You mentioned Portland. I don't think Portland has a roster that's going to put them in the finals, but they are competing, right? So you got some, So you got some teams, man. That's, to me, if I'm talking about competing from the buzzer, from the beginning to the end, I can see them out competing that team. because as they're constructed, I don't see them as a championship caliber roster.
I give you that.
It is. Okay.
I'm gonna be realistic. The Lakers have an opportunity to really go as far as they want. I mean, dude is one of the best basketball players in the world.
Why though? Just answer that. Why is he dude? Why is Tom Brady named glorified all over this show?
Because
Tom Brady.
Because I'm about to explain it. I'm about to explain because LBJ, his fans are like delusional. They make you dislike him. His fans make you dislike him because they delusional. When motherfuckers start saying he better than Mike, he better than Kobe. Fuck out of here. But back to the point. He's one of the best basketball players in the world. They're gonna figure it out at some point. Westbrook accepting this bench role and coming off the bench, they look really strong. So if they can figure it out from this point, and Brittle Boy can stay on the floor at least 68 games, they'll be okay. 60 games. The Brittle Boy, he gonna miss some time. They can figure that shit out. I mean, but the bench, when it come to playoff time, like Matt Ryan, all them people ain't about to do shit. I ain't about to do shit. Juan Toscano Anderson, them niggas ain't about to do shit. I think they about to do shit.
I can see the scout you.
Yeah, I can see Denver running through their ass like a yellow light.
Wow.
It'll be tough though. I mean, because you got 3 of the best basketball players in the world on the same team. Westbrook, Brittle Boy. Let me stop calling him that. Anthony Davis and LeBron James. The Lakers can't want whatever they want.
They better at least want to play. Absolutely.
Yeah, they bench, and if you gotta have a strong bench in the playoff. You have to. If you don't have at least 2 players off that can come off the bench and give you at least 12, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
It's over. It's over. And they don't have that. I mean, like, okay, you got Pat Bev. He gonna be an irritant. Like, he's gonna be irritating as hell in the play. Like, if they can figure that out, who's starting for them? I ain't really watched the Lakers this year.
The Lakers, so they got AD when he's healthy, of course.
Right.
Damon Jones. Is it not Damon Jones? What's the boy name? Some Jones. I don't think it's Damon. Yeah, it is Damian Jones. He used to play for Golden State. Yeah. Damian Jones.
Damian Lee.
No. Lee is with Damon Lee is with Phoenix.
Okay.
So this other cat was the center that was behind. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So he's the center. AD is playing. LeBron is out there. Yeah, exactly. Austin Reeves is getting the start. And Pat Bev.
As the Snoop Dogg meme say, who?
Damian Jones played for
Golden State
last year.
Did he?
Yeah. He was. Well,
it was a few years ago when he played for Golden State.
Oh, yeah. I remember him playing with Golden State.
Yeah.
So I
know they had Toscano.
Yeah, Toscano is coming off the bench though.
Yeah, Toscano.
Him and Kendrick Nunn and all them cats.
Oh, and I forget Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker starting. That's who's starting. My bad.
Lonnie Walker's a baller.
They still got Schroeder too. Oh, Damian Jones. I'm saying Damian.
Schroeder ain't came over yet, has he?
He ain't played yet.
All right, I'm saying it's Damian Jones, gentleman now.
Yeah.
All right, Damian. I remember him. I definitely remember him.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to see how the plays. I feel like it's this beginning of the season. We're gonna see how all the teams still gel. So we'll see how that goes. But before we switch gears to the NFL, and once again, like, welcome to the show, man. We're so glad y'all back with us, man. Talking this good stuff. Sports, hip-hop, NFL, NBA, all that stuff. Gonna give y'all some updates. There's still a game going on. Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles is playing the Texans right now. Eagles are up. Still early in the game. So before we go to the NFL, I want to do who is your sleeper in the West and sleeper in the East by halftime. I mean by All-Star game. By the All-Star break, who is your sleeper in the West? Who's your sleeper in the East? My sleeper in the West, I got to give a shout out to them boys over there in New Orleans Pelicans, man. Zion look like he's fully healthy finally. We got himself in shape. We all know B.I. is a dog. I think he missed the last game, but B.I. is a dog. C.J. McCollum, they're well coached. That's my sleeper.
You got to shout out Jose Alvarado.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, got to shout him out, man.
He got dude's pockets yesterday, too, just so you know. He got right in them pockets.
Man, that's terrible. So that's my sleeper in the West. And my sleeper in the East, believe it or not, and I had to go back and forth with this. I feel like if the Hawks, if Atlanta can get
there we go
chemistry on a consistent basis, I feel like they have a top 5 team in the East, potentially. So I'm gonna go Atlanta in the East. So who y'all got?
So when we say sleeper, what is this sleeper pick supposed to be doing?
Nobody expected them to make noise in their conference.
I got 2 in the West, though.
Well, shoot, a lot of the sleepers already making some noise right now.
All right.
I just like to add, y'all not really drinking.
What?
I'm over here getting decent.
Just because you had to say something. It's an interesting. I don't even know if I could consider them a sleeper because they are a team that's pretty regular in the playoffs. I don't know. This is a tough one. Because I mean, clearly Denver is not really a sleeper because they in the playoffs all the time, so it's not really a sleeper team. You said New Orleans, so I don't want to pick the same team. But I will. You know what? I'll mention this team because they have not been healthy. They've been lackluster, but I think they have one of the deepest rosters in the league, and that's the Los Angeles Clippers.
Clippers. What is they right now?
They are 4-4 right now, so they are right behind Minnesota.
Minnesota. What's up with Minnesota?
Hey, so that's where I was going. Minnesota is my sleep. Well, but Minnesota's my sleeper. But I was also thinking, Tipsy, how the fuck did I just lose?
Yo, the West is stacked. Like,
yeah.
man.
Oh, my other one was the Spurs.
Yeah.
Really?
My other one was the Spurs. But I'm gonna go with Minnesota. That is my sleeper of the West. My sleeper of the East, I was gonna say Atlanta, but my sleeper of the East, I'm gonna go with. Even though most people are gonna say like, no, they ain't no sleeper. I'm gonna stick with Philly. Philly's gonna do something. Philly gonna do something. They're not gonna just, even if they get Doc out of there 2 weeks from now, they're gonna do something. Because James Harden, like, you got James Harden, like that ain't no shit that you just.
I mean, all right. I mean,
him and Embiid on the same team. That's crazy.
That's gonna be a top 5 seed in the East, Philly.
Hell yeah.
Okay, all
Like
right.
Cleveland gonna be there. The Bucks gonna be there.
That's 2.
Gotta throw Philly in there. Brooklyn. Yeah, if everybody healthy and all that. I mean, a month out without Hardy and looking at their, let's see, schedule.
You got Boston.
Boston gonna be there.
You got Boston. I mean, you got Philly over Boston as far as how far they go this season.
No, Boston definitely. All right, let me look at this. So, looking at their schedule for the next month. All right, they just played the Wizards. They lost to the Wizards. Damn. They got the Knicks, the Suns, the Hawks. They got the Hawks twice, the Jazz, the Bucks, the Timberwolves, the Hornets, the Nets, the Magic twice, the Hawks again, and the Cavaliers over the next month. They can get at least 8 of them motherfuckers, man. At least. They can definitely beat. I mean, I don't understand how they beat the Wizards, then lost to the motherfuckers the next day. Lost to the ass the next day. They're going to beat the fuck out the Knicks. The Suns is up in the air. The Hawks is up in the air. They got the Hawks, they got basically back-to-back, November 10th and the 12th. They're going to probably split. The Jazz ain't got no big man, so we just feeding him Embiid and let Embiid do them dirty. The Bucks, they're going to get their ass stumped. The Timberwolves should beat them. They got too much talent on that team. The Nets, that's still up in the air. The Hornets, they should run through their ass like a yellow light. They should beat the dog shit out the Magic twice on the November 25th and the 27th. And then they go get into it with the Hawks on the 28th and then the Cavaliers on the 30th. You know what I'm saying? Like, them 2 games is kind of, you know what I'm saying? Them games up in there. But other than that, they should be. Just saying, James not being there, that gives Embiid and Maxey leeway to just go. Just go. Thibault. Tobias Harris. This is his opportunity to get his game going because now he's not the 3rd option. Or the 4th option. He should be able to get in there. They put him at the 4. He gonna go to work on most 4s in the league if he do what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the only thing with Harden being out, yeah, you lose scoring, ball handling. But whoever in there gonna play more defense than him. And the ball movement should pick up. Because James, the ball stick with him. I don't care if they're trying to say he top 5 in assists right now. The ball stick when it hit James Harden.
So I got Pels in Atlanta. We got the Wolves and 76ers. AD, who you got?
Still saying Clippers. And
Kawhi pissing me off already.
Is he hurt again?
No, he just sitting.
He just set out because it was Tuesday.
Yeah, just sitting.
Like, come on, man. Like,
you know, this the new age, man. That's what these guys do, man. Nobody got no pride enough to play a whole season and suck it up. Bunch of buttercups out here in the league right now.
Right.
So the Clippers I got, and out the East, so you already got Atlanta, bro. You did Philly.
Go on here and say the Magic.
Yeah, right.
No, shout out to Paulo though, the number 1 draft pick. He been showing that he can ball.
He hooping. He hooping. I'm gonna go. We'll make your day. I'm gonna go Chicago, man.
Is a sleeper?
Yeah,
that's a good sleeper though. No, that's a good sleeper. I don't think a lot of people really betting on the Bulls. Seriously, I don't I don't think a lot of people betting on the Bulls to really do their thing. Like, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But in that, I think
Because I just
they're gonna
looked
have
at
to go to DeMar more.
yeah, but I looked at like their games so far. Like as I watched them this season, like it's only one game where they just got destroyed, and that was Cleveland. They ran their ass out the jam. They beat them by 20 plus.
Yeah.
Every other game has been competitive. Even the ones that they've kind of been down and had to come back in the game, and even if they
All of
didn't,
them games been like that.
all
Though.
of the
They
games have been
always had a slow
competitive.
start.
Yeah, all of the games have been competitive. So I think that's a key component to growth and understanding that you can't afford to start slow. Like you got to come out the gate. So making those adjustments. So yeah, that's who I'm gonna go with for a sleeper, man.
I like it. I like that a lot. Shout out to the Bulls, man. Your 2022-2023 Eastern Conference Championship team. Bulls in 6. Um, and yeah, we're gonna
You
make it
should you
happen.
should you should trademark that. I mean, even if it never happens, like you
I mean,
always
yeah,
say,
Bulls in
Bulls and
6.
6.
Bulls in 6, man. Bulls in 6. So, with that being said, man, it is. Look, man, y'all keep playing. It's a tie game at halftime, man. It's about to be
Man,
halftime.
I still got Philly, man.
Philly,
I ain't folding on that, man.
undefeated Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia Eagles is going against, they in H-Town, man. When you go to Houston, everything is different down there, man. So I don't know. They was kicking it last night to a club or something, and they had too much fun because
They just gotta wake up, man. They going to the locker room and come back out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to switch gears and talk about the NFL. Of course, I want to talk about this trade deadline, man. It was just Joe, a
Wow.
record amount
Wow.
of just crazy stuff. But
Yeah.
it was good move. I feel like it was some solid moves.
Mm-hmm.
The one that shocked me the most was probably, I can't even say shock. But Roquan Smith requested a trade before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Ryan Poles said that he wanted to keep him in Chicago. They made him a contract offer, and they just couldn't meet in the middle. They couldn't find a common ground, and he didn't want to risk losing Roquan. He didn't want Roquan to sit out next season if they tagged him. If they couldn't come to terms again, he didn't want him to sit out and then go through this whole thing again. So they traded him to Baltimore for a second-round pick of next year and a fifth-round pick of next year. Mm-hmm. Now, on the same day, Bradley Chubb, who has a representative, who has an agent, gets traded from the Denver Broncos to Miami Dolphins. And a day later, he gets a huge contract extension.
Yep.
Because he has a representation, Roquan doesn't. I mean, there's just a lot going on. So what does y'all take away from the NBA trade deadline? And who do you really feel like has the edge on the second half of the season now to pick it off?
I don't want to talk about football.
I don't know, man. I'm like you. There were a lot of surprises, man. I think that Chubb pickup was really nice for the Dolphins. And I think that Chase Claypool was a good pickup for the Bears.
Yep.
I think he was a good pickup for the Bears. I mean, he's, you talk about kind of the size and his ability. I think that provides a weapon. My question mark is how stable he is in terms of from a production standpoint, because his time in Pittsburgh was kind of up and down.
Yeah.
But he certainly has the talent to be successful, and then there was one other one that I was thinking about from the trade deadline too. Who was that? Claypool. And the Ravens getting Roquan.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens getting Roquan certainly fills a hole that they have because they've been trying to fill that middle linebacker hole for a while because the rookies that they got 2 years ago haven't really panned out to be who they thought they were going to be. So they were looking for somebody stable with that. So I think that was a good pickup for them. I'm not sure that the trades that happened really changed the landscape of what we predicted would potentially be what it was in the beginning of the year.
Okay.
There was nobody that's really like, oh yeah, this is gonna take you from 8 wins to 13 in the trade. I just didn't. I mean, there were some names, but I didn't see anything that would alter, kind of what we thought coming into the season in terms of which teams were, successful. Yeah, that was a wild trade too. And he went to the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wild.
Buddy from
Hawkinson from Detroit, the tight end. Yeah, that was a wild trade too. And now I will say that definitely gives them another weapon in Minnesota, who's doing fairly well. Here's the crazy thing about Minnesota. For the last few years, they've been a team that's hovered. They've hovered. And I'm like, man, how the hell do y'all keep staying where y'all at and hovering? Like, how are you still here? But they've just been there. So, I mean, that's definitely, I wouldn't have sent them to Minnesota. I would have been like, you got to go somewhere else, dog. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think the trades really alter too much from that standpoint. I think the teams that were heavy favorites or top teams to begin the year are still that way.
Okay. Warren?
What was the question again? I just want to make sure
This has been the most active trade deadline in the NFL in over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that any of the teams that made moves changed their direction as far as success in the playoffs or going to the playoffs?
The 49ers.
Niners. Okay.
Christian McCaffrey is going to be a huge addition, as you can see. He had a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and he threw for a touchdown last week.
Okay.
Jimmy is the question mark, though.
Yeah, he's the question mark. Other than that, work been crazy, so I ain't really been heavy watching, keeping up with sports like this.
Yeah.
This week in particular, I haven't really been. Yeah, work been a little wild.
Well,
in a good way, but
yeah, for sure. I just want to remind you guys that, how we do when we do this show, man. And before the season started, I predicted that the AFC was going to be not like you guys wanted to be with the Patriots. I think actually AD did agree about the Patriots, right? But currently the Patriots are last in the AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets are 5-3. The Dolphins are 5-3. They play the Bears this Sunday. And we all know Buffalo is taking off, right? AFC North, we still got the Ravens, who we just talked about. They lead that division, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Steelers. I think the Steelers are only losing in that division. I think they're last in that division because they bitched Mitch Trubisky. If they would have stuck with Mitch, they would be taking that division by storm right now. But that's here.
Story ain't sticking to it, huh?
We ain't gonna get into it because we all know if Mitch would have stayed started,
we all know what happened when he was playing too.
Oh shit! Let's see if they got better. Let's see what happened.
They got better. I feel like, look, especially because they just traded Claypool.
Mitch got benched. What, week 2?
3.
Week 3. Okay, I just want to see.
Which is some bull. How you going? You get a man two games and then you put in
2 games.
So he only played 2 games.
But look at the result.
Two,
Look at the result.
2.5 maybe.
Look at the result. You put in Kenny Pickett, who, hey, come on, man.
Shit,
Like,
Kenny Pickett probably got more yards than him.
and then when Pickett
And
got hurt,
touchdowns.
Mitch came back in and he won that game against who? Against who? Y'all damn Buccaneers.
Who won the game?
The Steelers.
Who you said? Oh, the Steelers won the game. Oh, thought you said Mitch won the game. I'm about to say, nah, he
He
won
came
the
back and
game.
won it for him. He's the winning quarterback in that game. So I'm just saying, like, they should have stuck with Mitch and he would have, but that's cool. We ain't go,
Let's
need to
see.
hear that.
Oh man, come on.
I'm just saying, like,
My computer want to act stupid now.
men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
All right.
Mitch is
So
a
they
star.
got to win week 1.
Mm-hmm.
They lost week 2.
Mhm.
So then Mitch got benched week 3 is when he took out the game, right?
Yep.
They got their ass bust by Cleveland.
Thank you.
So then after that, they went on 3-game losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
They got a W.
Against who?
The Bucks.
All right.
They lost again. So I'm just saying the person that got according to the losses and when Mitch got taken out the game, right now it's looking like Mitch was the best option.
What you mean right now? He was the best option.
I mean,
they was playing the Buccaneers.
A toddler under center is a better fucking option. My son.
I mean, it wasn't like they was on a winning streak, bro.
Right. They won one, they lost one.
Bro,
they took him out.
Won one, they lost one. Then they went on a 3-game losing streak because Kenny Pickett was a starter. As soon as Pickett get hurt against the Buccaneers, Mitch come in and what they do, they win. Now Pickett's back and they back losing. Come on, man. It just come on, man. Y'all just,
But why is Mitch out? Given that, why is Mitch out? Why would he be out?
I don't know. They don't know I don't know what type of system they got going on in Pittsburgh.
But Tomlin has been running a tight ship for 15 years.
Tight.
Anyway, y'all made me forget my point. Okay.
There was no point. Anytime you mentioned
the point
Mitch.
was that they show some respect to Mr. Trubisky. Okay, so AFC South, Titans leading the division. The Colts, man. Nobody expected that Matt Ryan was going to be benched within 6 or 7 games for the rest of the season. And I don't know what's going on in there. I don't know what's going on with the Colts. Now, I think the biggest thing we had for the AFC was the AFC West because Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. The Raiders has been a shit show.
Abysmal.
What's going on over there,
man? But it's Carr's fault.
You think it's their fault?
He can't get the ball to Javonte Adams for shit. Not a damn.
Okay.
Now I haven't even.
And the defense blows ass. I just like throw that in.
Really sucks.
The defense blows ass. Like right out there too. But Derek Carr ain't looking too hot.
So who's the worst disappointment in the AFC? The Raiders or the Broncos?
I'm gonna go Raiders.
Really?
I've never really liked Russell Wilson. I'm not gonna lie. I've never been a Russell. He's never really been to me. I mean, yeah, he's a good quarterback. He got the numbers, he got the Super Bowls and all that shit. But I've never really like, for example, I always felt like he could lose. Like when I look at Tom Brady, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. They done lost 5 straight. I'd be like, Tom Brady, they beating some ass this Sunday.
Who is?
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Of course. But like I'm saying, I always feel like Russell Wilson, he can be beat. Just like a person like Aaron Rodgers. You'd be like, shit, he gonna beat some ass this week. Peyton Manning. Regardless, even if he take the L, you'd be like, shit, he had a chance. He was on the field. I don't have that same faith in Russell Wilson. I just don't. It ain't because his clean cut demeanor. Yeah, why not? I just don't view the niggas that goddamn good. I mean, you got Marshawn Lynch and all these. You had Chandler and all these motherfucking great players with you. He wasn't never. I mean, I give him his respect, but he wasn't really shit to me. It might not go well with the viewers, but he wasn't really shit.
Okay, Eddie, what you got?
I'm gonna say Raiders, and I'm gonna say Raiders because the Raiders were a playoff caliber team last year. So because they were a playoff caliber team last year, and then you add Devontae Adams and a couple other pieces, you were expecting them to perform. The Broncos, they were abysmal last year anyway. And then you bring him over and you pay him all his money. So you could say, I paid you all this money and this is what the result is. But the reality is, if you're talking about the biggest, the biggest disappointment right now, it has to be the Raiders because they were in the playoffs last year.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Raiders, man.
I would say, only reason I say the bigger disappointment is the Broncos is because the Broncos went fully all in on Russell Wilson. I'm talking about not only traded the half the team damn there, but they spent the bag on the extension, right? They pretty much invested everything around, the running back situation, and we see the running back situation is who knows what's going on with the running backs there in Denver. You just traded Barely Chubb. You brought in Nate Hawthorne. It's just a lot going on that the expectations was high. Mm-hmm. But now it's like now you have to think about what are they doing? Because we know in that division it's going to be hard the Chiefs is the Chiefs, okay? Even the Chargers ain't really been all that, but it's still the division is still hard. So I think it's the Broncos. And in that same breath, in the NFC, now I want to give a shout out because somebody said on this show, we asked who's coming out the NFC South. Both of y'all said the Buccaneers, but it was one person who said the Falcons.
Yeah, my cousin.
Yeah.
The
Atlanta Falcons are leading the NFC South right now.
By game.
Number one in the NFC South.
You're right.
I'm just saying, I know y'all Tom Brady fans.
But now that Tom done dumped Giselle, we on top, fam. Fuck you, man.
Now we blaming her.
We got rid of the dead weight. It's over with.
Now we blaming her. Now we blaming a woman. Okay, cool. All right.
He about to go on the free Tom tour. We out here. Tom Brady outside is dangerous. It's scary hours. Tom in the cut. That's a scary sight.
So y'all saying now that the Buccaneers is going to actually take over this division now?
I mean, it's not really.
Falcons are at top. What the fuck?
It's not really magically taking over. They only a game behind.
Okay, all right.
They're a game behind. Like this shit is the Falcons losing and Buccaneers winning. They're tied. The Bucks winning next week.
A lot of ifs. A lot of ifs in there. I'm just saying.
Who's the GOAT playing this week? I ain't even.
They're playing the Rams.
The Rams.
Oh, they can beat the fuck out the Rams. The Rams been struggling for the Rams been struggling.
Okay.
You know how I know? Because I didn't pick their ass 3 weeks straight and lost.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
No more faith in the Rams.
Fucking Rams. I done lost money at work. All type of shit.
Yeah.
Football. Fuck this season. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. And speaking of the NFC West, a lot of people picked the Rams or the Niners to lead that division. And guess who's leading that division?
Seahawks.
The Russell Wilson-led Seahawks.
You mean
hey, shout out Geno Smith.
The Geno Smith led Seahawks?
Geno balling. He's balling. Geno getting it done. Geno's getting it done. Salute to Geno Smith, man.
They balling out there.
He doing his thing. He's balling. Shout out to Geno. I'm happy to see him doing his thing because I know after New Jersey or New York Jets really Jersey, shit that wasn't looking good for him. He sat on the sidelines behind Russ for a while. Now he's balling.
All right, get to him. I definitely think he deserves to be do they have a most improved player in the NFL or comeback player? I don't know how that. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think they got a comeback player, but not a most improved.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Mitch will never get that shit.
He should if they play him. I bet he would. I bet he would.
How you gonna be comeback if your ass never played? You gotta play first.
You know what? We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there.
Let's leave Mr. Trubisky out of
Let's leave him
football
alone.
talk. If we talking Pop Warner, we can talk Mitch.
He deserved more respect. Okay, it is still halftime. Scores time 14-14. Houston Texans, Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are undefeated. The Texans are the Texans. So, with that being said, fellas, it's only right. We just talked about a lot of teams in the NFL. It's only right we do our picks for the lead dog segment.
Man, fuck this part of the show. This shit be pissing me off, man. I be having guaranteed shit, and these niggas go out here and get their ass bust.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm 10 games back. Like, I'm gonna just bat a fucking bottle. Like, ain't no catching up.
If you don't, it's only week 9, bro. We got a lot of weeks.
We got a lot of weeks left, man.
A lot of weeks left. So, if you don't know about the league, dog, what we do here every single week before the week starts, we take our game picks. Right? Each one of us take our picks. Whoever get the most wins on that week goes towards the lead dog. Right? And at the end of the season, whoever has the most dubs gets a bottle from each one of the bros. Right now, you can see somehow 80 still winning. Well, that's cool.
Like, football has been a motherfucker. Even on the fantasy shit, I stopped subbing motherfuckers. I done been on a 3-game winning streak since I stopped giving a fuck.
Damn. Shout out to the Bars and Buckets Fantasy League, too, which I am currently still undefeated.
Somehow.
That's because you had first pick every round. Like,
currently
that shit was rigged.
Buckets League, man. You know
that shit was rigged, like Derrick Rose coming to the Bulls.
Oh, they always gonna say that, man. Don't worry about it, though. As long as I keep winning, I get that championship, we gonna do great. All right, so, bros, it is pick time. Let's get it going. We got Philly traveling to H-Town right now. It is halftime and the start of the third quarter. So, Philly or Houston, who y'all got?
Can't even remember what I picked. My other shit.
Eagles.
Should have took a picture. Oh, Eagles for this one though. Yeah.
All right. AD, you got the Eagles too?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm going to say the Eagles, but it's always any given Sunday. In this case, Thursdays, man. And they plan.
They already scoring more than somebody scored on a Thursday in a long time. So
yeah, which is a W in itself. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think they're gonna. Okay, Sunday night kickoff, starting with the Chargers traveling to the Atlanta Falcons, who we just talked about. Who you got?
See, that's the shit I'm talking
Chargers to the Falcons, you said?
Chargers travel to Atlanta.
Travel to Atlanta?
Yep. 1 o'clock game.
Falcons.
Got the Falcons.
Chargers been stinking up the place too.
No, I don't think the receivers is playing for the Chargers either. Mike Williams is out. I don't know what Keenan Allen is there.
Keenan Allen out too.
I'll go with the Falcons on this one. I'm definitely going with the Dolphins against the Bears. Put me down now.
You ain't got to go there, bro. We ain't got to go there.
Tyreek Hill about to have 1,000 yards receiving.
I don't trust. We ain't not talking about the Bears right now. I just don't trust Atlanta. Atlanta's defense has been historically known for tripping. And they don't have the top 2 receivers, but I trust Herbert, and I definitely trust Austin Eckler. I'm going to go the Chargers here. I'm going to go to Chargers to go to Atlanta and get a win.
See, that makes me nervous.
I'm going to take the Chargers down. Yeah, you still got time before I go to the next team. I just hate the Falcons' defense. They stink. They give up big leads, and
that's a whole lot of other teams. The defense stink too, right. Like bad.
The NFL stinks right now, especially because I'm not winning this shit.
Don't worry about it. Okay, Miami Dolphins travel to the Bears. Oh, can you stop that, man? Okay, that's right.
Oh shit! The Bears about to get the fuck beat out of them. Hopefully, they at least wear the orange jerseys and look cool while they do it.
Okay. You gotta say Dolphins, bro. That's all you gotta do. Just say Dolphins. That's all you gotta do is say Dolphins. The extra shit, you ain't gotta do all that. Who you got, AD?
I'm going Dolphins, and I just looked at the report. Seems as if Eddie Jackson is out, as well as Kyler Gordon, as well as Jalen Johnson, and 2 offensive linemen are also out as well. And
What offensive line?
yeah,
What offensive line? Oh, you mean the guys that are standing in front of Joseph Field?
Yeah. So
shit.
yeah, I'm gonna go Dolphins, man.
The valets to the sacks. Let's be like, here you go. Them motherfuckers turn their shoulders and be like, line his ass up, G.
You know
and
what?
Justin's out there running for his motherfucking life.
I really want to go with the Bears. I really wanted to go with the Bears.
Since you're a very smart guy, you're gonna go with the Dolphins.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to come back. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back.
Nah, you can't come back, man.
My cousin tripping.
You can't come back, man.
Bears for the upset. My cousin tripping. Are you serious, Blake?
Since he said that, I'm still.
You got to pick, man.
I'm still my pick.
Hey. He doesn't live in Chicago. You know how when you move away and you become very loyal to where the fuck you just left? You know, when you move away, you become very loyal to the fuck you moved away from. That nigga's in a whole nother state and very loyal to anything that has a 606 anything attached to it.
Yeah.
That nigga's loyal to the zip code. Them niggas about to get the fuck beat out of them. Who will guard Tyreek? Tell me. Who?
Any given Sunday. All right. You never know what's going to happen.
Any given Sunday.
Upset.
If they're gonna have to run about 10 quarterback sweeps.
Dolphins gonna be on top of that shit.
Couple of misdirections. And then hold up off of that pass rush that Miami has too to give Justin time, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, any given Sunday though, man.
Yeah, I mean, no. But to hold up against the pass rush, you need like an offensive line. And there's just 5 guys standing in front of Justin. These are niggas in the way. Like, hey, can you tap him and tell him?
We're going to the next game. We're going to the next game. God damn it.
Oh, shit.
A very surprising Carolina Panthers go to Cincinnati. I feel like this would have been an easy decision had we not. I mean, it's probably still an easy decision, but who y'all got?
Bengals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals, man. I'm gonna go Bengals. Even when I tried to get Mixon as my running back, he was already gone on the fantasy shit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
I'll go with the Bengals too, but I like how the Panthers stuck in that game last week and they kept fighting. That was good. All right, a very struggling team. Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. They're going to play in Detroit.
I'm going with the Packers, man. They 3-5. Lions just won their first game, Jim.
Let's see who they.
And then they just lost Buddy.
Yeah,
to the Vikings. Yeah, they ain't about to do shit.
Give me the Packers, man.
Packers.
Yeah,
they ain't about to do not a damn thing. This is where things get sticky for me. Man, what the fuck is that?
What?
That must be an ad on my computer. That shit loud as hell in my ear. This shit just threw me off. What the fuck is that?
Ooh, I really don't like the Packers, but
this is about picking wins, not about who you like, brother.
And I gotta take this lead from you, man. Let me see. I'll go.
Damn, tipsy.
You know what? I'm gonna go to the Lions. I'm gonna go to the Lions. I'm gonna go to
Good
Lions.
job. Good job, man.
I'm gonna go to Lions.
Good
All
job.
right.
Good stuff.
Indianapolis Colts travel to Foxborough to take on the Patriots.
Patriots.
I'm gonna go Pats now that Mac Jones is back. This next game is where I'm very torn at.
I don't trust the Colts. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to play, and then Matt Ryan is. Yeah, I'm gonna think that. All right. Buffalo Bills travel to Jets. Jets.
This
Buffalo.
shit here has got me. This shit right here, because the Jet. See, I pick one. Then if I pick the Bills, like I've been rolling with them, and then the Jets beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, you got to go with your first mind, brother. My first mind
Play
say
good
Buffalo.
at home, actually.
I'm gonna go. Well, yeah, the Jets are at home this week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Bills 6-1 and go with the Bills. If not, Josh Allen should be worried. So I'll fly to upstate New York and I'm gonna bust his shit.
I don't think he's had a bad game yet this year.
No, he balling. That dude should be MVP for real. I'm gonna take the Bills too. Minnesota going to Washington.
Minnesota, man, on the road.
Yeah, I'm going Vikings, man. 6-1, 4-4. They 2-1 on the road. I'm going with Vikings, man.
Damn. Okay, I give Kirk Cousins okay. I'll go Vikings. Okay. The Raiders at Jacksonville.
Me, Jacksonville.
Who missing? Two coming. Yeah, give me Jacksonville at home.
I feel like this is a make or break game for real. If the Raiders lose this, I don't think they're gonna do it though. I think the Raiders are gonna pull this one out. Wait. First of all, shout out to y'all. See that the Raiders? I mean, Jacksonville traded for Calvin Ridley too. Y'all saw that?
Yes, sir.
Did they?
Yeah.
Damn.
He got Ridley from the Falcons.
He out though.
Yeah, he out for this season, but
yeah,
that was a bit. I didn't see that coming at all.
No, I ain't see that coming.
Damn. I'm gonna go to Raiders. I feel like the Raiders need this game more. I'm gonna go to Raiders. Now this might be a good game of the week. Seattle Seahawks go to Arizona. Arizona desperately need a win.
Give me Gino and the boys on the road. Give me Gino and the boys on the road.
Okay, Seahawks.
Yeah, man. I'm at the road with Gino, man. Gino doing his thing.
Okay. Ever since D-Hop came back, him and Carla they have a good chemistry at home. On the road is different. Mm-hmm. At home, they ball out. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And y'all favorite game, LA Rams going to Tampa Bay. Be careful how you choose this.
Tampa.
Okay.
Well, I gotta be careful how I choose.
All right. I'm saying it's your boy. I know y'all rock with him and everything.
I gotta go Tampa. I mean, records are similar. The Rams been letting me down like a motherfucker.
Okay.
Tom is at home. It's gonna be 81 degrees that day. I gotta go with them, man. I gotta go with them. I think this next game is the game where
I'll go with the Bucks too. Just for the hell of it.
This next game is the game.
Tennessee Titans, Sunday Night Football. Waiting all day for Sunday night. Tennessee Titans go So Kansas City faced the Chiefs. Derrick Henry rushed for Derrick Henry rushed for like 45. He had 45 attempts last week.
Yeah, over
They
200
always
yards.
get him out the ball.
Hey,
Now,
feed me.
against the Chiefs, that may be a good matchup because the Chiefs defense isn't good on the run against the run.
Correct.
Right.
So who you got?
I was going with the Titans.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going with the Titans. Plus, Derrick Henry's on my fucking fantasy team.
Oh, okay. AD?
He better run like
Yeah. Look, be careful, man. Roll Tide. Hey, Derrick Henry, my boy, man. Derrick Henry, my boy, on other weeks.
Oh.
Kansas City is at home. They're not. Tannehill is not going to outthrow Mahomes if it gets into one of those matches. So I'm going Kansas City.
The Chiefs.
But the Titans secondary been kind of decent, bro.
True that. But then I just looked and they got about two people out this week.
Okay.
3 people on their defensive line, a safety in the corner, and Tannehill is questionable.
Oh.
Oh shit! Hold on, man. Let me click. What the fuck? Tannehill ain't playing. Shit.
Which means Malik Willis might get his
Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Now Malik Willis is a. I
What you
think
talking
he's.
about,
Let's talk about Willis. I think he's a good young guy, man. He might make it competitive. He could probably give you more than Tannehill will.
Yeah, they missing 4 niggas on defense. Then Tannehill questionable. And then I'm gonna just roll with the Titans. Fuck it, man. Fuck it.
I feel like this is going to be an upset game. I really feel like the Titans, because of that run.
Is that an upset? They both 5-2.
Well, I feel like because the inconsistency at quarterback and
The Titans are the underdog, though.
The Titans don't have no weapons as far as offensive wide receivers or tight ends. The Kansas City Chiefs got 13 niggas they could throw it to. Darius Toney, who going? You got Juju, you got McCole Hartman, you got MVS, you got Kelsey, you got they gonna throw it. It's just,
they put up 44 points last week on San Francisco.
Yeah.
Damn. And the highest Tennessee got this year is 24 points.
The Chiefs offensive game, you just never know who's gonna get the ball. Somebody might go off, but you never know. So that's why I feel like it's gonna be an upset. But because of that, I gotta go with the Chiefs because you just never know who's gonna get hot. You never know. And I definitely think they're gonna run Derrick Henry to the ground.
Oh yeah.
50, I think he'll get 50. He's gonna get 50 touches this game. Watch out! He's gonna get 50 touches.
Not if it become a shootout, he won't.
Yeah, no, he's not. All right. Which leaves us with the last game of the week, Monday Night Football. BMO careful. Baltimore Ravens travel to NOLA and face the Saints. What you got?
Give me LJ8, please.
Really?
LJ8. Give me the Ravens, man. It's not even a question.
Even against that tough defense, huh?
Even against that tough defense. Ain't a defense in the league that's been able to slow Lamar Jackson down. So
yeah, I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I just need Taysom Hill to have a great game for my fantasy shit.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give y'all a stat though. Since Andy Dalton took over as the starter for the New Orleans Saints, Andy Dalton talking about DeMar, who was the backup last year with the Bears. Since he's been a starter, he has been statistically a top 20 quarterback in the NFL.
See what happens when you get the fuck out of Chicago?
He's been top 20 each week that he started with the Saints. He's been top 20, and his quarterback rating hasn't been terrible. He had one game where he threw like 3 picks, but when he's at home, he plays really good. I think that the Ravens
It's like
don't have
y'all ain't finished y'all cups and shit.
I'm done, bro.
Okay.
I'm out of here.
It's
That's
like,
a wrap.
y'all niggas ain't been drinking.
Got the Taylor Port cracking.
Yeah, you ain't really drinking though.
I'm about to
It's
smack it now.
my cup been gone, man.
Babysitting and shit. Babysitting and shit.
I'm smacking it now. Look.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look, no, for real about this game. I'm worried about the Ravens, Joe. Mark Andrews has a shoulder and a neck injury. He may not play. They just lost Rashad Bateman for the year. He's done. We don't know what's going on with running back. All right, they had Gus Edwards, who was their starting running back, because Dobbins is out. He's not going to play.
Right.
I don't trust Lamar to do it all by himself for a full game against that defense. Now, if he has some weapons, he could keep it competitive. But who he gonna throw it to? You see what I'm saying?
Shit, who he been throwing it to other than Mark Andrews for the last however many years? Well, Marquise Brown, but that was about it.
He had it. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be a tight game, but I'm going with the Saints. I'm going with the Saints.
Sound good. Sound good to me.
So we get our picks in. I feel like I'm about to finally get my bone back. And when I get my lead back, I'm not letting it go.
You know that bone been with me for seven of these weeks, right?
Philadelphia Eagles have taken the lead back 21-14 in the third quarter.
Very good. Very good.
I'm just trying to catch up.
Yeah. So I want to do a little off-script topic real quick, bros. Real quick before we sign off. Or whatever we got to do. Y'all know we do sports. Then we do hip-hop. We do hip-hop as well.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up the other day to some devastating news that happened in Houston with Takeoff from the group Migos, he's formerly known of. There's a lot of reports about what happened, what didn't happen, but we all know the end result was him losing his life. He was shot and killed. Of course, they say it was a dice game. Some people say it was some beef. Like, I don't know, man, but I want to know y'all initial reaction to what happened with Takeoff and Quavo in Houston. And what, like, for real, man, like, we've been losing so many rappers to gun violence, man. Just not even this last couple months. Some in California, we lose people like this. And I know everybody. The theme is you gotta have a gun. If you a grown person, you gotta have a banger with you. You gotta have a banger in your house. You gotta keep your gun with you. And I know we advocate keeping a pistol, like having a gun as a grown person. But yo, we losing people, man. Quick, Takeoff was 28 years old. You know? Like, it's just give the people your thoughts about that whole situation.
Well, I mean, obviously it's fucked up. Obviously all around it's a messed up thing. I think the trouble that celebrities, especially our younger ones that are on the under 30ish type, I think that the issue that a lot of the celebrities get into the invincibility mentality, and you continue to put yourselves in situations where you don't belong. You don't belong there when you can, and he was just, technically the dice game, he wasn't even playing. He was kind of a bystander in that.
I heard that too.
From what I heard, which means that you were in a place that you knew could have got hot. You want to gamble, take your ass to Vegas. You can gamble there for free. So so I just thought about like dice game, and I'm like, man, are we in high school? Is this grammar school again? We throwing dice in the bathroom? Like, what are we doing, right? But I think we need to just be more conscious, man. Like, more conscious about being aware of our surroundings and understanding that when you make it to a certain point in your life, everybody ain't gonna be down for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When you make it to a certain point in your life, you're gonna have people that you thought was rooting for you to get there and be successful. And then when you get there, they hate on you for it. Because maybe you just didn't do something they thought you was gonna do once you made it. You know, even though you didn't put in the work, but you want me to just give it to you because I made it. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. Period. Even before all of this, but certainly this past probably year,
Yeah.
it's been ridiculous in terms of
Terrible, man.
people just
Real.
dropping off for violence. But you got to be aware of your surroundings, man. You got to keep your crowd small. Um, you know what you walking into, man. Like I'm sure y'all can attest to it too, because we've been out together, and we've been in places, and you know, after a while we start looking around like, man, this shit getting a little too hot. We just gonna go ahead and bounce. Like you got to be able to tell yourself, like, if you pull up to a spot and you looking and you get that feeling like I don't even think I need to be in here. Like, be okay bouncing, man. Like, be okay telling the crew you came with, like, hey, man, we can't even, let's not even do this tonight. And I think sometimes we just, we don't want to do that because we just like, man, we all right. I got money, I got bodyguards, I got this. That shit don't matter, man. If a person want to get you, they gonna get you.
Heavy.
All right. First off, I'm gonna start off with saying rest in peace, Takeoff.
Yeah.
I think the situation. All right. First, I want to just go with. It sucked that this shit happened just as the group broke up. They just dropped a album, him and Quavo. With Offset not being amigo, so there are no more amigos, even though they family, they all related.
Right.
With Takeoff being Quavo's nephew and Offset being a cousin of Quavo, so they family. And just watching like they drink champs and all the stuff they've been like all the interviews and just like them, you know what I'm saying, they ain't been going into what really happened with their discrepancy or beef or whatever, but this is just one of them when you family, you fuck with somebody, don't let little shit keep y'all from rocking with each other. Cause you never know when the fuck is gonna be the last time you talk to a nigga.
Facts.
Like I see some off-brand motherfucker you don't fuck with, but your family, your people, or your friends that become family, like shit, it's like, all right, if we gotta have 5 minutes in the back real quick in order to patch this shit up. Let's have this 5 minutes real quick. Because you never know. So, like, for example, all right, they is at this dice game. Now, the dice game took place at an event for Jay Prince Jr.
Right.
Now, y'all know who Jay Prince is. For the listeners, anybody know who Jay Prince is, you already know how that go down there in Texas or in Houston. So, Jay Prince Jr. is an extension of that. So, from what I have read, there was an argument, not even of revolving around dice. The shit was about basketball.
Okay.
From what I read. Now I could be wrong because I wasn't in the room. No, that's and Quavo hoops. And and bloggers and all that have been talking about how Quavo is one of the best hoopers that is a rapper. So supposedly he got into it with somebody. They start arguing. Takeoff is minding his own bit. He's not even in the dice game. He's not involved in the shit. He's not too far from Quavo. So from what I read, Quavo was, Takeoff was killed by someone that was with them that just didn't know what the fuck he was doing with a pistol. From what I read, which is so sad. He shouldn't even pull the pistol. Like, we arguing about hooping, bro. Like, this shit ain't that serious, man. Even dice games. I know dice games get dangerous because there's money involved, but you niggas is millionaires. And if you around that circle, if you in the room with Quavo and Takeoff and Jay Prince Jr., your ass got a bag. So if you losing 10, 20,000, nigga, you got it to lose. You're not just a regular nigga. I don't give a fuck if you work hard every day, punching the time clock, or your ass out here hitting these streets hard. Your ass got it. You don't just get in the room with them people if you ain't got it. You got it. So this was just ego and all that, man, and Takeoff got hit, man, and it's shit's sad. And it's sad that people was posting the video and all that shit. Like, man, first off, who? You gotta be a sick motherfucker to watch a motherfucker get killed.
Yep.
You gotta be a sick motherfucker to watch somebody get killed. Like, somebody sent that video to my phone. I was like, man, it's 6:45 in the morning. What the fuck I look like watching this shit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to watch a motherfucker get killed. I don't want to watch a motherfucker. Like, I don't want to watch this shit.
Yeah.
I just think in our community, I think it's just time for us to like fucking chill out. Like, it's sad that we feel that we have to defend ourselves against our own people more than the motherfuckers that we already know documented don't like us. We'll go in their neighborhood and shop and do everything else and not carry a banger. Like, shit, we out here with them folks. We ain't gotta do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the snooze, put the banger up and everything. Them motherfuckers didn't even want you out there. As soon as we get around our people, man, you piped up? Yeah, I'm piped up. Shit, hell yeah, motherfucker. Shit, hell yeah, shit. We all got to bang on us. Hell yeah. Like, we around our own people and can't relax. We can't do shit. It's sad. It's sad that when a black man look at another black man, you automatically see a fucking op, regardless of what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
You already see a motherfucker like, shit, you start side nigga, I might have to beat this nigga ass 2 hours from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad. This some sad shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this nigga out of town. You out of I mean, it's sad because there's rules to being out of town too.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't at the crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't at the crib. You got to play their rules. Even if you a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad. It was reports that he had got shot, but he didn't get shot. His assistant got shot. It is sad, man. Like, I know they family devastated. I know Quavo devastated. Like, I got into an argument. They got my fucking nephew killed. I didn't get hit. My nephew got killed. You know what I'm saying? So I know that shit fucking with him. So I know it's a lot of speculation about it, but he know what happened. The people in the room know what happened. I'm sure that shit eating him alive. And then to be Offset, I just got into it with my cousins. The group broke up. I probably ain't talked to them in a minute. And now my cousin dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, his pride, they pride got in the way or whatever happened. I'm sure his pride and ego, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like money. But when, death come into play, the motherfuckers ain't worried about no money. Ain't nobody worried about nothing. It's just like, damn. Like, that shit. So I know all of them are in a very dark place right now.
Yeah.
And if it's true that it's the homie that accidentally shot him, I know he fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, I accidentally killed a nigga, you know what I'm saying, that I fuck with. I came with them. I killed this nigga and shot him. Like, if that's the truth, that's some wild shit. Some wild shit. And I know he like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, he gonna whoever gonna do some time when they catch up with their ass. And it's a lot, man. It's a lot and it's sad, and our people gotta do better, man. I don't know. Even that same day, Halloween, even in the city, man. Shit was going crazy.
Yeah.
The city was going crazy. Oh man. Just gotta do better.
So I'll end with this, man. And it's interesting that you mentioned that last part about just the pulse of our America in general in our city. I work right now in my profession, I work with the city, you know, the streets and sanitation, doing that type of work, you know, cleaning up and things like that, or just whatever we need to do for the city. In the city, out west, on Polk in California, there was a mass shooting at a candle visual. 14 people were shot, including children and everything like that. And it was devastating to me because nowadays having a gun and shooting a gun is just two different things. You know what I'm saying? Having a gun and shooting a gun. I've known people that have had a gun for 20, 30 years, never ever shot the gun. Just have it for protection. You know what I'm saying? Just in case something like my family, whatever. But actually pulling that trigger is devastating on a lot of different views. My thoughts and prayers go out to Takeoff and his family, everybody that was involved with it. I really feel that guns and the people that use guns is going to be the demise of a lot of what we go through in our world. Like I said, I don't know much about out west Chicago. I just work out there sometimes. But when I went to go over there with my crew, I took my crew over there because we have to go over there. We have to clean up. Tomorrow we're doing a big mass roll call over there on Polk, California, where those 14 people was shot at a candle visual for somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody else. They was there at a candle visual mourning somebody else. And from the knowledge that I've got from a very credible source was that somebody at that visual was the op of one of another rival gang. And instead of waiting till that one person left, they decided to spray the whole visual, right?
Sad.
15 people got hit, including kids. One lady was trying to run away from the shots and ran into the middle of the traffic and got hit by a car.
Mm-hmm.
It's devastating the pulse of our community, period. Even if it's not Takeoff. Once again, rest in peace to him and his, the people that's going through that. But it don't got to be no big name. It could be just Polk in California on the west side of Chicago. People, it's not about people that have guns, it's people that use guns. You see what I'm saying? We have to do a better job of knowing who's shooting these guns and not holding them accountable. Y'all my brothers and I love y'all to death. But I know y'all not gonna do nothing like this. But if y'all my brothers, if I know y'all just got through shooting up a damn visual of 14 people, we gotta talk about that, bro. You can't. What is wrong with you? I can't. We gotta talk about that. I'm not about to go kick it and have a bottle with you and just kick it like you can just do that. We gotta hold our people accountable who we know doing this stuff. We gotta hold them accountable, man. And I think it starts there because it's that. Come on, man. We losing too many people's lives.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point, bro. Like the reason we're talking about the money side of it is, of course, because of how we engage in this conversation. But I mean, you're right, man. I mean, me and bro can attest to the fact that, I mean, we deal with this shit on a day-to-day basis. I mean, it starts early. Like I got 4th, 5th graders right now, bro. Like, so these jokers, I mean, their environmental factors and the stuff that they seeing and the stuff that they are being accustomed to being cool or having to be wrapped up in, man, it's crazy, man. And it's, the sad part is, as generations have changed and things have gotten a little different, man, it's that village piece is almost irrelevant now, because there was a point where, we all on the same block. Call mom, see me doing something crazy. She's like, man, bring your little ass over here. Like, I'm on you. Like, I ain't go. I'll tell your mama later. I'm about to get you right now. Right? Read your mom, see, hey, come on over here. Right. So that part is gone because now everybody's so defensive. Now everybody's so defensive about, what that looks like, and partially because people really don't have true self-control either. So sometimes they go to the extreme with some stuff, and other times it's not enough. But you're right, man. It definitely starts in a circle. It starts with the people around you. It starts with holding the people around you accountable for their decisions, and becoming true thought partners, man. Like I can't fathom how can I rock with you when we don't see eye to eye on how we supposed to move in life. You know what I'm saying? Like how can I, how can I call y'all sons, my nephews, and Cora, baby girl, my niece? Like how can I do that when we disconnected on what we supposed to be like as leaders to them and how we supposed to lead? You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't have enough of those conversations. And even if we did, for the most part, people are afraid to have those conversations of accountability. Like, man, you could have did this better. Like this, that wasn't smart, But like you say, bro, it has to start with us. It ain't about the millionaires. It's about the people on the block,
Well, definitely, because that's who was affecting the most. I'm saying the people on the blocks, the people that's out here in our communities every day, walking the streets. Shit gotta stop, man. There's so much that go on every day. It's bad. Like I see tons of shit on a daily basis. Like I could write a book on the shit I see
easily.
and like easily. I just talk about we just talk about the month of October. My month of October. So, we got to do better as a people, man. We got to do better, but it's like we've been having these conversations for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Been having these conversations for 30 years, man. But I digress.
And the thing is, before we sign off about that part is, we never, and this is what I don't like, man. We never take it serious until it's one of ours.
Mm-hmm.
It's never serious until it hit home. We don't never take real concern to this shit until it's our brother, it's our cousin, it's our mama, it's our daddy, it's our son, it's our daughter that get hit. And now we crying at a funeral about it. You see what I'm saying? It's got to be bigger than just our circle. It got to be bigger than our family, man. We got to do better than that, Joe. I ain't never about to know that my homie or my brother just shot and killed somebody or shot up a visual and go still pop a bottle. No, you tweaking, bro. You need to go turn yourself in, Joe. Because if you're not, I love you to death, Joe. But you bogus, Joe. You a menace to society, man. If you can just do that shit and just go like ain't nothing happened, we gotta do better with holding our people accountable, because it's a code out here that we not gonna snitch and all the other stuff. But look, there's families out here that's losing their people and they don't give a fuck about that code. My son did because your boy want to. Come on, no. We gotta take it more personal, man. That's just how I feel, man. We gotta take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I agree.
But hey, man, another day in America, right?
Yes, sir.
It is 21-17. Look like the Eagles about to score again, and they just did. Eagles are up 28-17. It is still the third.
So fourth quarter.
Like we're gonna do our thing, man, and look like everybody gonna get dubs on this game. Hopefully, if it keep going the way it's going.
Hopefully, shit.
Yeah. So, y'all got anything else, bros?
Nah. I need to go get me something to eat, soak up this liquor.
Yeah.
All right, man. Y'all know what it is. Tell them where they can find you at, man. Where you can find you at, Corn? Where you at?
Work.
You can find work. Where can you find work?
Cornell Shelby II on Facebook, on IG, gold_mine_CEO84.
Nice.
Yeah, and work.
That part for real. What's up, AD?
Well, clearly, you can find all of us at work. That's for damn sure. But Facebook, Adrian Dury, Instagram, Urban Gentleman 85, TikTok, Principal AD.
Okay.
And as always, man, our Bars and Buckets email. I always put this out there too for y'all that want to suggest topics. You want to hop on, you want to be a guest,
No
man.
doubt.
Shoot us an email, shoot us an inbox. Definitely join the Bars and Buckets podcast crew page on Facebook. We always keep that joint jumping. Definitely get up in there. Join the YouTube channel as well. So you got plenty of avenues to reach out to us. And just as a side note, and we talk about this quite often, if it's just something you just need a think partner, somebody to talk to, you going through some things, you don't really have nobody, man, we here for you. Just hit us up, let us know what you're thinking, and we'll try to help you process some of this stuff, man. We know life is as crazy as it is, and sometimes you just need out. So we here for you, bottom line. So,
man, look, man, life be lifing. Life be lifing. It be real stuff going on, man, in our personal lives that we try our best to manage throughout the day and keep some level of normalcy and being productive and being happy and being successful and being, it's amazing how the people we count on expect us to be all this stuff that's positive on a normal basis. We're supposed to be a leader, a father, a husband, a boyfriend. We're supposed to be a positive. We're supposed to be positive, 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 positive. But life be lifing, man. It is hard out here as far as living a normal day-to-day life and not thinking about things that you're depressed about, or where you at in life, where you at in your relationship, where you at financially, where you at with bills and debt and kids, and I agree, man. We need to have an outlet where we can just say, yo, I need to talk about this. This shit is throwing me off, and I'm feeling a certain way. Just let it out. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I'm Reggie Moving Forward on Facebook, Mr. Moving Forward on Instagram. We back, man. We took a little time off, but we back at it. We will see y'all again next week, man. We're gonna bring back the bars and all. Look, I got a lot for that bars and all, man.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Me too.
Got a lot, man. So we're gonna get back heavy with that, man. So
yes, sir.
If you don't follow us already, go be sure you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, man. Bars and Buckets. Bros, I'll see y'all later. We'll see y'all later.
Love and peace.
Peace.